Okay, students, so I hope that you have completed your assignments which was given before this chapter, that is all the sessions of first, second, and third. Now, moving further with our next chapter, that is all about chemical kinetics. Okay, but in order to know about chemical kinetics, we should know what is chemical reaction. Okay, so this thing you already know that what is chemical reaction, that when any two or three or four or whatever substance combine to give another product, we know that that thing is nothing but our chemical reaction. Now, in order to obtain this chemical reaction, that is, in order to obtain this product, it is not necessary that once we are mixing all these things, we will definitely get our product instantly, right? That is, few of the reactions is very fast and few of the reaction is very slow, while few of the reactions are moderate, right? So this is known as what? The rate of reaction. Okay, that how does it occurs, whether it is a slow reaction, it is a fast reaction, or a moderate reaction, right? So there are three different classifications of the reaction, that is very fast reaction, moderate reaction, and very slow reaction. You can have various examples of this. Here I have shown two different examples. Number one is of rusting of iron, right? So rusting of iron is what type of reaction? It is very slow reaction. It is very slow reaction. You know that it is not like that once a water is falling on an iron, it is going to get rusted. You know what is rusting, right? That is corrosion, right? That is, if one time water is falling, then it is not necessary that it is going to be corrode, and if it is going to be corrode, it is going to take long time. After long time we see the corrosion. And on the contrary, over here we are showing that combustion of butane. So what happens? We are just owning our gas cylinder, right? And we are just pressing a lighter over there, and soon what will happen? A bursting of gas will be taking place, and it will be combusted in a form of flame. It is combusting in a form of flame. So these are the two types of reaction. So we can say that rusting of iron is very slow reaction, while burning of butane gas is very fast reaction. This very fast reaction is also known as instantaneous reaction. Okay, so here again we are having one more example, that is of moderate reaction. We are having example of moderate reaction, and this example is very much familiar to you all. That is all about photosynthesis. We know the process of photosynthesis. What happens in photosynthesis? Plant takes carbon dioxide in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll and water and produces energy, that is glucose and O2, right? So this is a moderate reaction, that is, in one day it may occur. It is not very slow process like it takes many days for corrosion, or it is not like that on an instinct wet carbon dioxide is entering inside, the very fast oxygen is coming out, right? Carbon dioxide goes inside, it gets processed over here by the chemicals, by the enzymes, and then it is converted into energy and O2, right? So this is a moderate reaction. So now coming towards chemical reaction is one of the branch of physical chemistry. Physical chemistry is a very vast concept. Okay, from that we are just going to study about chemical kinetics. Now what is this chemical kinetics? Chemical kinetics means studies of reaction rate. Study of reaction rate. So as we told, there are different types of processes, right? That whether it is fast reaction, slow reaction, or moderate reaction. So we need to study which process is fast process, which reaction is fast reaction, which one is slow reaction, which one is moderate reaction. Okay, now another thing which is written over here is that it explains why certain reactions are instantaneous and other are not. Means what? Once we have identified that the reaction is instantaneous, that is very fast, or whether it is moderate or whether it is very slow. So once it is identified that it is a instantaneous reaction, then why it is instantaneous reaction? If a process is very fast, if a reaction is very fast, then we should know the reason also, that why is this reaction very fast. And if it is slow, then also we should know why it is the slow reaction. Okay, so that's why the statement is written that it is, first of all, it is study of rate of reaction, means to identify whether it is slow, fast or moderate reaction. And second is why their reaction is either fast, slow or moderate reaction. So this two study comes under chemical kinetics. Okay, now this chemical kinetics, definitely when we are talking about rate of reaction, so we know that reactions are definitely affected by these three factors, which are the most important factors. Okay, temperature, pressure and catalyst. We already know that if temperature increases or decreases, reaction may increase or decrease depending upon what type of reaction it is. Same with pressure also, it is the same. And catalyst, we know what the catalyst work is, right? That is one type of enzymes, we can say. For example, that what does it do? It accelerates the process. It accelerates the process means it moves the reaction in the forward direction or helps to complete the reaction very fast, right? So definitely these factors are going to affect on chemical kinetics. So now how can we define what is rate? So we told that reaction may be fast, slow or moderate, right? So how can you say that this is a rate of reaction? So definition of that rate is the change in parameter that occurs per unit time, right? So this means what? I told that it is a fast reaction, slow reaction, but how do I identify whether it is slow, fast and all? So that depends upon the rate. Now how to calculate this rate? This rate means parameter that occurs per unit time. Means what? If I say an aeroplane is moving, or if I say if our two-wheeler are moving, and I'm saying that I covered 10 kilometers in 1 hour. If I say I covered 10 kilometers in 1 hour, so that 10 kilometers is nothing but my parameter, and per unit time means in whatever particular time is taken, that is for me it was 1 hour, right? So this thing you already know, which is covered in your physics part. Okay, so parameter, from example I can say that it is 10 kilometers and per unit time for me was 1 hour. Okay, so in 1 hour I covered 10 kilometers, so that was my rate, that was my speed, I can say, right? So now in terms of chemistry, how we can say what is rate? So for that we know that we are having two things, reactant and a product. Initially means what? When substances are not mixed with each other, then we see that reactant, the concentration of reactant is maximum, right? Reaction is not taken place, has not taken place yet. So at that time what will happen? The concentration of reactant is maximum and product is zero, we can say, because product is not formed only. But with the passage of time, depending whether it is slow reaction, fast reaction or whatever, with the passage of time what will happen? That concentration of reactant will decrease and concentration of product will increase, right? When the reaction is taking place, what will happen? Concentration of reactant will decrease and product will increase. We know this thing. Okay, so ultimately when the reaction has taken place completely, at that time what we can say? The concentration of reactant has decreased completely and concentration of product has increased completely. So now considering one example in order to calculate the rate of reaction. Now this is A, that is 1 mole of reactant is going to be converted into 1 mole of product. Okay, so now here we are keeping our volume as constant, right? Here we are taking 1 mole and that whole 1 mole is going to be converted into whole 1 mole of the product B. So initially what will happen, initial position we are having that concentration of reactant is maximum and concentration of product is 0. So what will happen, initially this is the stage, and after the conversion, that is after the reaction has taken place completely, we see that the concentration of reactant will become 0 and concentration of product will be increased. Okay, so now let us calculate the rate of reaction. In order to calculate the reaction, as I told, initial and final thing, right? Suppose at time t1, t1 means at initial time, if we are taking, we want to calculate the rate. Okay, so we want 2 times, no, right? As I have given you the example of traveling, I told 1 hour. How can I say that it was 1 hour? Because there was some time from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So 6 o'clock is my T1 and 7 o'clock is my T2, right? Similarly over here at time T1, concentration of A, that is reactant, is A1 and concentration of product B is B1, right? Here it is maximum, it will be maximum, and here it will be minimum. Okay, because what it is, time T1, right? At time T1 there is some concentration A1 and A2. At time 2 again the concentration of A will be concentration of A, that is A2 and B2. Okay, now as we know that there will be decrease in reactant, as we have already seen, there will be decrease in reactant, so that will be decrease in concentration of A, right? So decrease in concentration of A, there is a change, right? From A1 it has converted into A2, right? So that is change, and that's why we know that in order to indicate the change we put delta sign. So we write down delta concentration A, and duration also has changed, right? So it will be delta T. Okay, same way there will be increase in concentration of B, that is increase in product. So again we can write down delta B. Okay, so what is decrease? Decrease will be T2 minus T1, that is from 2 minus 1 we have to do. Then delta B is equals to B2 minus B1, right? And time will be T2 minus T1. So rate of reaction is calculated by what? That is decrease in concentration of A, that is delta A upon delta T. Delta A upon delta T, that is concentration upon time taken. Rate means concentration upon time taken. Now here you can see that minus sign is kept. Why we put minus sign over here? Now as I told, initial concentration and final concentration. Okay, so when I am putting this equation, okay, concentration of A I am saying, so it is decrease. Okay, so when we are doing smaller minus bigger, so what will happen? Smaller minus bigger, we will get a negative sign, and this negative sign is because of that only. Okay, I will explain you in more detail about this, like concentration of A at time 1. As I told that initial concentration is more of reactant. Suppose that initial concentration is 10. Okay, and final concentration at time T2, instead of A2, if I am writing 6. Okay, so what according to this is delta A? Delta A will be what? A2 minus A1. So A2 I told 6, and A1 I told 10. So 6 minus 10 will be what? Minus 4. Okay, so if I am saying minus 4 upon T, so concentration is minus 4 upon in 1 hour, like that? No, right? So if that is the case, that's why we find that minus sign over here, and it is to be neglected. Why? Because the rate, it will be always in a positive form. So we multiply over here minus 1 finally, and we neutralize it. Okay, so you can also remember like that rate of reaction, that is decrease in concentration of the reactant, will be in negative. Reactant will be in negative. Why? Because it is decreasing. Same way we can also calculate the change in increase in concentration of B. Definitely it is going to increase, because initially concentration of product is 0 almost, right? And finally it is more. Okay, at 5 o'clock there was 0 production. At 6 o'clock there was 80% of production. So how much is the production? 80. That is the difference, right? So in that way, what we can say, the rate of product will be the change in the product upon time taken, right? So that will be positive, as I told you, because it is increasing with time. So in this way we can say the reactant, we can put minus sign, and product we can put positive sign, and ultimately it is a rate, so it will be positive only. Okay, now in this way we can also calculate the average of the same. This can be written as average, that is in 1 hour the rate is this much, in 2 hours the rate is this much. So that's why we can also write AV. AV means average. Okay, so now here you see the graph of the same. Now A is what? A in green color, that is reactant. So reactant is happening what? With the passage of time it is decreasing, and this is the sign of product. Product, what happens to the product is increases with time. So these are the two graph which is shown plots which are shown in one graph of the same. So now in order to calculate the average, what we have to do, we have to take two concentrations. So from this slope only, at T1 the concentration was A1, at T2 the concentration was T2, right? So here the difference is delta A, and here the difference is delta T. So the curve which is joining, that is nothing but our RAV. This RAV is of reactant. Similarly over here if we see, that is T1 and T2, at that time we see that delta 1, that is concentration B1, delta 2 is concentration B2, right? So here also the same way delta B and delta T is there, and the curve is obtained which is known as RAV. So in this way, this is an average rate of reactant and that of product. Okay, now at infinism, this is what? Infinism is delta T is equals to 0, means if we are going to calculate at very small distance, the delta T is almost up to 0. At that time what will happen? Difference will not come, so T will be T only, right? For seconds if we are considering, right, if T1 is 5 seconds and T2 is 6 seconds, so it is a very less time. So that's why it is written that difference is almost equal to 0. At that time we get a curve something like this, and as I told that it is a very minor thing. For that minor thing we put D over here. This D also indicates the change only, but this is very minor change, and that's why our symbol change over here as R instantaneous. Okay, R instantaneous. Remaining all is same. For D, for A, that is for reactant, we have to put minus sign, and for product we are not keeping the minus sign over here. Okay, so if we are plotting that way, we will get a straight slope. Okay, and that same slope is indicating what? Our D concentration. T concentration at minimum time, right? So the tangent can also be drawn with the same. This thing you already know because you are already studying the physics part. Okay, now this reactant and product are also affected by the number of moles. Okay, so this you already know what is number of moles, the number which is written in front of the compound or front of the elements or front of the molecules, right? So that is also affected. How it is going to affect, that we are going to see over here. So if we are taking an equation, that is hydrogen and iodine mixes with each other to form hydrogen iodate, hydrogen iodate. So now here disappearance of H2 and I2 will be equal. Why? Because both are 1 mole, right? And appearance of hydrogen iodine will be 2 times that of this. Why 2 times? Because this is two different substance which is going to be mixed. Okay, so for rate of reaction, that we can write 1 upon 1. This below 1 is nothing but number of moles of H2. Here below 1 indicates number of moles of I2, and here this indicates number of moles of HI, right? So if we are taking an example of M and these things, then what we are getting, here we have put minus sign. Why? Because it is reactant. Below we are saying M, that is M is number of moles of A. Here we are putting N, that is number of moles of B. Here O, number of moles of C. P, because number of moles of D. Now here we see the unit of rate of reaction. So according to the definition, rate of reaction is nothing but concentration per time taken. So if the unit of concentration is more per liter, then unit of rate of reaction will be more per liter per second, right? This is for liquid state we are talking, but if it is in gaseous state, then we know that concentration is expressed in parts per that is partial pressure, that is ATM. So if the pressure is ATM, then unit of reaction will be, rate of reaction will be ATM per second. Okay, so this is all about your 4.1, that is what is rate of reaction and how to calculate the rate of reaction. Go through this once again and please comment if you are having any doubt. Thank you.